All right, and hello everybody. It is Coach Havoc here with Iowa Central Esports. We are on our round 2 game today. We are going to be playing against Southwestern Technical College, I believe is the full name, abbreviated to SWC. Did not find a team name, just labeled Overwatch, so SWTC Overwatch on scoreboard. We are going to be starting in week 2 with Busan as the control map. We will move on from there to Hybrid and then Escort and then Push and finally Flashpoint. If we get to those last 2 game modes, that is, it is a best of 5 series, so first to 3. So if one team or the other walks away with 3 wins in a row, we could not even see those last 2 game modes. Now we've got DerpKing here playing Reinhardt and Flyer also playing Reinhardt. So we got 2 Reinhardts here. A little bit different on the DPS and a lot more range on Iowa Central side, it looks like. So we're going to have to see which team is going to be coming out on top here. Iowa Central trying to establish dominance on the high ground here. Meanwhile, SW is kind of playing closer to the point. And we're seeing SW is going to lose one of their players first here. That's the DPS going down here, Cassidy. Giving Iowa Central the numbers advantage. They are going to back up a little bit, start capping the point here. ShiroExE 4v4. Iowa Central is maintaining. Cog getting low. Rolexity also getting kind of low here. But they are going to manage to take down the tank, and it looks like Iowa Central is going to survive that fight. And with the first cap as well, that's really good to get the tank down right as you cap that. It's going to give you a little bit extra percent. But SW playing it a little bit safe. They are going to back up a little bit here, not stagger too terribly much, which is good. They'll be able to get back here. Iowa Central only about 20% by the time this next team fight happens. We're seeing both tanks here with their ultimates, and the support's close to ultimate on SW's side. Actually, not terribly different ultimate charges here. We could see next fight. We could see a couple of ultimates pop here. We're going to see who can manage their ultimates better on this fight. SW coming around the back end. Window is going to go up from Baptiste, and Reinhardt is going to get melted down. Iowa Central is going to hold their ultimates here for the rest of this fight, as they do not need to expend any more. They already gotten 3 down, and that is going to be Iowa Central taking that fight and getting even more percent going. 48 going on 50% here for Iowa Central, and SW is going to be respawning here. They're going to be pushing up in, and we should see this fight happening here. Iowa Central probably going to get around 75% by the time this next fight. Looks like they are not going to go down main. They're going to try coming around behind again. We could see some ultimates come out. SW could potentially cap here. They've got the ultimates for it. Oh, but no, it's going to be, looks like a fire strike may have hit her, and then the rockets from Soldier that's just going to take them down immediately, and then Reaper to follow. It's going to be SW struggling to stay alive. Iowa Central is doing a fantastic job. The supports are keeping all the DPS alive, and they are just cleaning house in these fights. Got 4 ultimates on Iowa Central side and 3 on SW. We're going to have to see if they can get to the point, even though we've got 10% left until they get there. Looks like we've got Soldier and Moira, or sorry, Reaper and Moira trying to get to that point. Immediately shatters that Reaper. The Reaper goes down. Moira on the point here, can touch though, gets them to the overtime. We're seeing double rush here on both sides. SwankyPants taking down the Soldier 76. All that's left is the Kiriko, and DerpKing is going to clean that fight up. Iowa Central going to win that fight in the overtime there. That is going to be 1 point for Iowa Central here on control. Very interesting match. Iowa Central team seems to just be winning these team fights. This is definitely going to be a rough game for SWTC. Their best bet probably is going to be to play for ultimate charge and use their ultimates to win fights. If they can manage their ultimates well and they can combo them well enough, I think they could pull through here. It's just going to be a matter of getting Iowa Central's ultimate tempo down and maybe taking these fights a little bit safer. All right, we should see this first fight usually is on high ground, but sometimes teams opt to go straight for point. We're going to have to see what happens here. It looks like they are opting for, instead of I believe they had Soldier most of that match, they did go ahead and pick the Bastion, but Iowa Central also switching off the Soldier to the Junkrat for this map. That's an interesting choice. They should be breaking his barrier quite well, but that Bastion, once his turret form hits, is also going to be able to do that. And then maybe even shred the tank, so we'll see. Right, and right now it's looking like they've got Moira down there, down supports on SWTC's side, so they have a little bit of a disadvantage for this fight here, and it looks like that Bastion is also going to go down. Down goes Reaper from Rolexity here. And Reinhardt getting singled out here on that almost a 1v5 there. Had the Moira there, but not much, or sorry, Ana there, not much Ana can do there in that situation. Even got a little bit of a stagger on the Ana. Iowa Central is going to go ahead and cap there. A little bit late on the cap, but that's all right. And DerpKing, anticipating that they're probably going to come around this side here, is ready to hit these fire strikes. Maybe even get a sneaky pin. It looks like he is trying to sneak a pin here. Gets the Reinhardt pinned. And there's the counter pin. And we're going to see SWTC. Ooh, they do actually manage to get Shiro's ultimate there with the fire strike. And we're seeing a shatter from the Reinhardt. Finally, they are winning a fight here versus Iowa Central, and that's just how I predicted. They just needed to get some ultimates and play for an ultimate round. 25% Iowa Central. SWTC gets the cap. It looks like they used all of their ultimates here. They could potentially get the Nano here. They should get Nano for this next fight. Iowa Central has Window and possibly Dragons. Window is going to go up a little bit far away here. DerpKing gonna pop him away. Could be fire striking through that window. Doesn't look like he's going to though. And we've got CogsofWar going down. That's one support down for Iowa Central, but it looks like they're cleaning up the rest of this fight. All right, they clean up on the high ground there. They're gonna go ahead and move down. They've just got to take care of this Moira, who is kind of stalling for percent here. It looks like 37% for SWCC. Iowa Central has to climb up and take the lead once again. Looks like we've got some coming up in main. Junkrat throwing the strap down. Shiro's going to be spamming those bombs down that choke. And we've got interesting positioning here from DerpKing. Goes for the shatter. Manages to catch one of them, but gets blocked by that Rhine for the most part. And we're seeing a shatter come from the Reinhardt. He gets nanoed. We're going to see Iowa Central pop their rush, though, in hopes of maybe turning this fight around. And we're going to see Junkrat Tire hit the Bastion. That is going to be Iowa Central outplaying them a little bit with their ultimates here. And there we have it. Iowa Central wins that team fight 56% and climbing. They have taken the lead, and they've got maybe another team fight here from SWTC. DerpKing playing really far up here on the defense again, looking for these sneaky charges. And we've got the Moira ulting, but got stuck in the Junkrat trap, unfortunately. CogsofWar looks like he threw on that Immortality Field in time to block that Bastion ult. So that's a couple of ultimates down from SWTC, but we can see that Reaper ult coming to play. Oops, I did not mean to go into that room. Did see this Reaper ult coming to play. It looks like they are going to touch this point here and start capping. Rolexity's going to throw Dragons down. Does manage to get 2 picks there on the Moira and the Bastion, but it is just him on the point 1v3. Iowa Central is catching up. They pop Window down as much as CogsofWar tried to save him. It does not look like he managed to save Rolexity, but Rolexity very well did start the fight with a win there, getting those Dragons off and getting those 2 picks so quickly. And we're going to see Iowa Central hit 100% here, it looks like, and there's no chance for the overtime from SWTC. Iowa Central got to walk away with a win from the control map. Let's go ahead and take a look at this replay real quick, or this play of the game. And we will pause for a quick break while we get our hybrid map. All right, what a play from that Reinhardt. Looks like he's got his sensitivity maxed out on that one, but some people like that. We'll have to see what happens here next time. I will be right back.
Open up your eyes till you're blinded by the lies, so you can see what you do. Restless every time we start locking eyes. Lost control. It's paradise with honesty, but in the dead of the night. Teardrops on the floor. The pain is over. Feel the darkness take control. I turned off the lights, I got off the wires. When I close my eyes, disconnected and tired. I see you, and I know you keep asking me, flames and fire. I know you are done with me, it's just fired.
All right, and we are back here. We are playing King's Row this round. It looks like Iowa Central be starting on side is defense. Honestly, been a little bit, but yeah, we should be. Yeah, we should be seeing Iowa Central here for defense, and we've got looks like a little bit of a dive defense here. Rolexity on Tracer, Shiro on Genji. We have brought in GloryCross for this game, who is on Moira, and CogsofWar with that Lucio. That's just gonna make DerpKing with his Winston just kind of all over the place. We could see a pretty crazy game here from Iowa Central. And we've got a brawl comp going on here. Maybe even a little bit rush actually with the with that support combo here from SWT. But we will see what they've got planned here.
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
All right, and we've got Flyer here running in on that Winston, but Iowa Central is going to go ahead and dive that back line really quickly. GloryCross is going to go down to that Bastion Bomb. Unfortunately, the Bastion Bomb does do quite a lot of damage. Rush comp is pretty good against Iowa Central's dive. It looks like they are struggling to get their damage out properly here. And we're going to see SWTC kind of clean up that fight and start to cap that point. Shiro may be able to contest a little bit and hold it here, but it's just such a risk when you are there by yourself, and Iowa Central is not really going to be grouping very well. We're going to see some swaps happen here, though. Got Rolexity switching to Bastion. I think we had a little bit of a DC here. It's okay. The game will pause for that. In the meantime, though, it looks like we had a little bit of a swap here from Iowa Central with CogsofWar, Rolexity, and switching to kind of counteract this rush a little bit. It's like Pyroflame is back in the game. Back in. Actually, Okay, there we go. Yes, just pausing, it does not. Okay. All right, sorry about that. A little bit of an interruption. Sometimes that happens. It's all right. We're seeing Iowa Central hold up here at this choke point. This gateway makes it very tough on the attackers to get through, especially with that Bastion just pumping all of that damage out. We're still seeing the Genji here from Shiro, but he's pretty high on ult charge, so he's probably just kind of waiting to get that blade and see if he can do something with it. Got a big ante on SW here, but it doesn't look like it's going to give them too much. Shatter from SW hits DerpKing. Shiro is going to go down to the Moira in the back line. Fortify's going to stop that Rhine charge, but they are going to start poking through that choke a little bit here now that they've got a little bit of a numbers advantage going on. But Goose is going to go down, and we're going to see Rolexity get nanoed. Pop his turret form, takes down the Reinhardt. Big ante from the Ana. Down goes Pyro, and now it's just that Reaper going to get cleaned up there. And Iowa Central is going to take the W here. It looks like they've backed up a little bit here, going to respect where that payload's position is and respect where they have to take the space. Do have a couple of ultimates here from Iowa Central and possibly a few popping up next fight for SW. They could start off this next fight with Tree. We'll have to see what they engage on. Got Shiro switching to the Pharah as well. Could be pretty big. And we could see GloryCross using ultimate as well, but we probably don't want to pop support just yet. Maybe if that Lifeweaver pops Tree, then we could see that. And we're going to see Lance coming in here, popping his ultimate. That Tree is going to come out, but Rolexity going to take it down with his ultimate. I did not realize that it did so much damage that it could take out the Tree. We're seeing 3 picks already from Iowa Central. Sorry, 2 picks from Iowa Central. There's a third. And I think this is going to be SW having to back out of this fight here, as Iowa Central has pretty much won that one. We do still have GloryCross's ult, and Shiro's about to have ultimate as well, probably in the next couple of rockets. We have 3 ults on SW's side, so they could actually come in here and win the fight. They tried, unfortunately, with that Bastion ult, that Tree did not get much value, but they did try to engage with it. It wasn't the worst of plays. There's Iowa Central was 100% ready for it. All right, we're seeing ShiroExE get his ultimate here, so we could see GloryCross or Shiro popping their ults here, maybe even both. It would be a little bit much if they pop both. It would kind of mess their tempo up a little bit since they are down 3 ultimates and they're so low. But we're seeing 3 ultimates on the enemy side, so they may have to use it. They may be forced to. We'll have to see. All right, we're seeing Bastion ult come in from SW. Rolexity goes down. Unfortunate. These tight alleyways does make it pretty difficult to escape those. And we've got GloryCross popping ultimate along with Nano, and there's 3 ultimates from Iowa Central actually to clean up this fight. It's kind of what I figured would happen. They were a little bit forced to use it after they lost 1 person. Still got 3 ultimates on SWTC's side, and Iowa Central has really not that much going on. We could see DerpKing getting ultimate here. Maybe that will be enough, but with the 3 ultimates that they have on this team, especially with Grav, this could potentially be disastrous for Iowa Central. We could see them actually second point off of ult tempo alone. It's exactly kind of what I was pointing out earlier. I think if SWTC played a lot for ultimates like this, that's really their best chance at winning. Iowa Central definitely has the base team fight advantage. And we're seeing Iowa Central lose that Rolexity there. Ooh, but that grab was a little bit misplayed. Hit the payload, actually. Could see Iowa Central pull ahead just yet. There's still 3 more ultimates, though, they could be using from SWCC. Shiro is going to take down the Reaper. That takes that ultimate out of play, which is good. And that ante is going to be really big. This is going to take out their tank. Iowa Central is just, of course, going to walk forward and clean up the rest of this fight here. They still have Lifeweaver trying to get away. Ana gets the sleep. And we're going to see the ante come out, and down goes. That's a big stagger. Iowa Central is definitely going to be taking advantage of that. They've got about a minute left on our SWTC to push this any further. And we're going to see Iowa Central does have the ultimate advantage here. We're going to see Nano into Barrage. That's going to be the supports down from SWTC. Iowa Central is going to continue to push forward. DerpKing gets 1 picture, gets another here on the Reaper. So all that is left is that soldier. He's going to go ahead and sprint out of there so he does not stagger too much. Only got about 1 fight left here. 2 ultimates to do it with. We have not seen that Reaper ult yet, actually, though, which is a little bit unfortunate. That Reaper could be cleaning house here, especially if it was paired with Grab earlier. That could have been big. So unfortunately, the Grab was whiffed, but we could still see that Reaper ultimate come into play. Soldier ultimate about to be up as well, but Iowa Central, of course, has the same tempo here for ultimates, so it's a pretty even fight. We're seeing that Reaper get slept, unfortunately, and go down. That is Iowa Central's tank down, though, so this could be pretty rough for them to hold. GloryCross is going to go ahead and pop ult, and unfortunately gets Javelin out of it. We're going to see sleep on the enemy Orisa. Iowa Central is looking down for the count here as they are waiting for their tank to catch up here, and that soldier is ulting. That is going to be pretty rough for Iowa Central to play into, but DerpKing could make it back in time. We'll have to see. Can they touch? That Javelin may make sure that they don't. He could Javelin spin up here. We'll have to see. And he's forced to take that ultimate a little bit, but he is going to pop his own into their back line. Looks like that SWTC is going to be able to get out of it. Ooh, and waiting for Javelin to use that ultimate. Actually, really good play there. Going to see Lifeweaver's tree come out. Shiro trying to pump a lot of damage into it. DerpKing just fighting for his life on that point. Does not want to let up there. Does not want them to cap the second point and get more time back. If they can just win this fight, it is round over. We're seeing a Hammond pick here so that he can get to the point a little bit faster. DerpKing, again, just fighting for his life. Looks like the supports are keeping him up A-okay, though. And we're going to see a nano for that DerpKing there. We do have Moira ult on the enemy team, and Shiro does have Barrage. We could see him clean house here with Barrage if he can get to that point in time for it. DerpKing getting pretty low. He does have ultimate, but unfortunately he does die before he can. Rolexity with that Ferret, or with that Tracer, is going to try and keep that point alive. And we're going to see that Barrage not get too much there. Hammond is just too tanky, and he is just going to sit in front of it and tank it all, but he does go down for it eventually. Shiro is going to continue to finish cleaning up. Shiro with Rolexity cleaning up that fight. That's going to be Iowa Central taking that point. What an extended fight that last one was. Just a desperate fight from both sides. But Iowa Central, at the end of the day, pulled forward there. They did not allow that second point to get capped. However, it's now Iowa Central's turn to attack. Are they going to be able to get that point as far? First, they have to cap this point, so we're going to have to see if that is something they have in the cards or not. See what they decide to roll out with here in a few seconds as each side is picking who they would like to play as. It's very interesting to see, actually, though. SWTC playing really well on this map. They seem to be very familiar. Of course, I believe all teams are quite familiar. This is probably one of the most popular maps in the competitive play, that at least that we've seen on our end. It looks like there's a little bit of a poke comp with a Reaper thrown in there on SWTC's side. Not a bad option for defense, I suppose. Could definitely see some combos with those ultimates. Iowa Central is going to be has a little bit of a weird comp themselves. They've got a lot of frontline here with DerpKing on Orisa and plenty of support with GloryCross on excuse me. I don't know why I cannot remember her name, but that support. Moira, there we go. I knew it would hit me eventually. We've got Bastion and it was Junkrat and Fair, but now we got Bastion and Fair, so that seems a little bit more reasonable. But we will have to see how Iowa Central plays this one out. Lots of damage on Iowa Central side and plenty of sustain there, especially with that pharmacy. This could be pretty bad for SWTC if they cannot deal with this pharmacy, especially with that Reaper. Interesting to play Reaper into a pharmacy because he was playing Pharah last round. Immediately we're going to see Soldier go down. Oh, excuse me, which is one of the biggest threat here to that pharmacy comp. And we're going to see Reaper go down. We've got Rolexity winning that duel there. Iowa Central is just going to kind of bully their way onto the point here, and that poor Ana is going to get singled out, taken down, as does the Moira. Iowa Central has capped one take, but it looks like they are C9ing just a little bit, not capping that point. CogsofWar going for the res is going to turn around and go back and cap the point, though. There we go. We've got 3 people on the point. Shiro and DerpKing here are going to extend up a little bit. Cog's going to move up just to make sure that if they need support, that it's there. But DerpKing is going to be trying to prevent them from holding at this choke here, which, like I said before, is a pretty hard choke for the attackers to get through if the defense can get set up correctly. And And we've got the pharmacy combo back here cleaning up their back line and then pushing into the rest of the team. DerpKing is going to bully them back away. We don't have anyone pushing the point currently, so this is pretty much just a team fight with no objective play whatsoever. Iowa Central still not pushing the payload. They're actually pushed up quite far. And it looks like they have finally realized Rolexity is going to realize this and go back. I think GloryCross is following to kind of get the lead here. We got 3 extended up here. Going to be pushing to prevent them from taking any ground here at all. Got Moira coming up, it looks like. All right, and it looks like they have rallied up. We're seeing a couple ultimates on Iowa Central side, and so far nothing on SWTC side. Iowa Central is just cleaning up these fights a little bit too fast for them to get ultimate charge. We're seeing the SWTC play really aggressive here, just really trying to take this ground, but their tank is kind of losing line of sight here on the supports. And we're seeing Barrage come out and take out that Soldier and the Mercy as well. Reaper is going to be trying to flank around, it looks like, maybe to duel and try and win the point over. We're going to see this fight happen here with Rolexity. And it looks like he is going to back out and let Iowa Central, or let his team come in and kind of help him clean that fight up a little bit. Moira has now joined that fight as well. Does not look like that fight is going much of anywhere as Iowa Central pushes that point and gets 2 down for a double stagger here. Oh, and if they just push this point, if they have 3 on cart, they could just win this because it'll be a 3v5 on this team fight. To see if they can touch this point or not. Ooh, and that Sigma ult actually could be good, but no, it looks like DerpKing with his ultimate and with his fortified there is going to prevent anything from happening there. Reaper going to devastate their backline with an ultimate, and Iowa Central is going to clean that fight up and take the win on round 2 here. All right, let's watch this play of the game, and then we will be right back. We'll be right back. All right, and we are back. Had quite a bit of a switch up in our composition here, as we have opted for DerpKing, MiniMachine, Jesse, GloryCross, and SwankyPants for this game. Giving everybody a chance to kind of get themselves out there for this one and play this game. All right, it looks like we are running a Sigma, Bastion, Reaper, Moira, and Kiriko. And on the other team here, we have Sigma, Soldier, Cassidy, Moira, and Mercy. Gonna have to see how this one goes down, but it looks like we've got pretty good poke and range on both sides, which is kind of what this map is good for. Got Jesse playing aggressive here on the low ground, it looks like, and DerpKing setting up on high ground with everyone else. It's fine because Reaper can get out of those sticky situations, so we will see if he's going to play efficiently down here or not. GloryCross throwing out a damage orb to get some chip damage, it looks like. That payload is going to round this corner. That is going to be Jesse's cue to try and engage a little bit here. Wraiths on out, back towards safety. And MiniMachine is going to go down, unfortunately, on that low ground there. Is not very protected as this tank is on high ground. Tank is going to drop. Everyone else is kind of pushing up the high ground here. And we've got DerpKing trying to make some plays into the back line here. It looks like Jesse is going to finish out the Cassidy. Got a 4v4 situation here for this fight, but it looks like they are close enough here. SW technically has the advantage. With their spawn being so close, they are going to be regrouping a lot faster, but it looks like Iowa Central is going to manage to kind of hold them off here. And we're going to see SW popping the first ultimate here. That's going to take down the Kiriko. Iowa Central is down a support now. They do take out the soldier. This is a 4v4 match here now. And they're going to be pushing into this Bastion, who has transformed. They're going to get the res off, but Jesse is going to come on over with ultimate. We've got DerpKing also popping his ult, is going to go ahead and finish them off, get that kill. Iowa Central is going to successfully push them back here. Currently, we have GloryCross with ultimate. Actually, Moira on both sides with ultimate. She did just finish off hers as well. So, and we're seeing both sides DPS really close to ult as well, except for Jesse, who just used his. So we got a little bit better ult tempo on the SW here. Iowa Central did get some of their ultimates a little bit faster, though, so we'll have to see how long that lasts. MiniMachine goes down to that soldier, taking that off angle. Jesse is going to be chasing them down and getting that Moira, though, and it looks like Iowa Central is going to be pushing them back into the spawn here, trying to get this little bit of stagger here, and they do manage to get it. Are they going to back off, though, or are they going to hold at spawn? Looks like they're going to be taking the safe route here, which is probably a good idea, and just kind of back off a little bit, give them a little bit of breathing room. Got SwankyPants here, kind of just spamming some damage out there. Not super necessary with Rush, but maybe you get a pick with it. Kiriko does kind of have the damage to do that if you hit those headshots. Just really open to try and do that. Got 3 ultimates on SWTC side here and 3 on Iowa Central side, so we're gonna have to see how this fight goes. But MiniMachine is gonna go down. That is 1 player down and no ultimate as well. And we're gonna see Flux come out. Down goes GloryCross, both literally and emotionally, I'm sure. SwankyPants is gonna go down. There's no supports on Iowa Central side, just a damage to DPS, and 1 by 1 they are gonna fall. Definitely should have backed out of that fight a little bit sooner here, but DerpKing, for some reason, just trying to contest, is going to go down in a hard stagger here. Definitely a dire get out situation, so I don't really think there's much different he could do there, but definitely should have backed out a little bit sooner. 3 ultimates on either side. Once again, MiniMachine is going to be popping Bastion ult, trying to get a little bit of damage out, but that Sigma shield's going to pop up and block it. Does break the shield, though, which is pretty good, actually, if they can go into this fight. Swanky should be popping Rush here. Seeing High Noon come out. Does not look like he's going to get a pick from it, though. We should see Rush come out here, maybe even Moira ult. Could see Reaper ult actually come out with this. If Reaper ult comes out with this, that would be really strong, but we're going to instead see 2 Moiras ulting. Soldier 76 popping ultimate as well, but goes down immediately from DerpKing here. And that is Iowa Central cleaning up that fight right before time runs out, so there is no chance for overtime here. That is going to be round 1. Iowa Central cuts it off before hitting that second point. So not a lot of distance for Iowa Central to have to push here. Actually, sorry, no, that was first point. They stopped it right before first point. So not a lot of space for SWTC to work with here on defense, and Iowa Central does not have very far to push it. Definitely a good deal for Iowa Central. They've definitely got they're definitely in a strong position here. It's just going to be this getting past this first alleyway, I think, is really the hardest part of this attack. I think if you get a solid team fight in, you kind of get it all the way around that bend, and it gets kind of easier from there. If you can get it that far, getting that first point is not that difficult. You kind of snowball into it. It's just kind of how Circuit Royale works, is once you get past that bend, you have a lot more space to kind of spread out. You're not down this tight alleyway choke. It really is just a super long choke point getting through this alley. So we'll see if Iowa Central can successfully pull that off or not. We've got SwankyPants switching over to Lucio and Jesse going Symmetra. Looks like May for a second, but it looks like he's going to go Symmetra. DerpKing is going to be going Reinhardt. Very interesting. They may be looking for a TP onto this team and just kind of trying to get a really quick round. And it looks like the Cassidy is a little bit slow to get out of spawn here, and they are holding quite far up here. Try and offset how close Iowa Central is going to have to push it. It looks. They're going to go ahead and take high ground, which is definitely a very strong play. Okay, they're going to drop for some reason. They're going to drop down here and go ahead and grab that payload now that they have control. MiniMachine just going to pump some damage here from high ground. A little bit of an unsafe position. GloryCross is going to go down, it looks like. Cassidy is landing his shots from behind. MiniMachine has dropped down, but unfortunately it is a little bit too late there. Jesse is going to try and get out so he doesn't stagger too much along with SwankyPants, and it looks like they may just be able to do that. Reinhardt is pushing up pretty aggressive here, trying to land those fire strikes on Jesse. Right, Iowa Central has regrouped. They are going to push up here. Ultimate-wise, it's looking like both teams are a little bit light on those. Got Jesse teleporting part of the team up here. MiniMachine failing to take that, or opts out of taking that teleport there, probably to push the point, I'm assuming. It looks like they've actually managed to take that high ground too, which gives them a lot of space to get through this alleyway. And this is where it starts to get a little bit easier to push here once you get out of that alley. But it doesn't look like Iowa Central is currently pushing that point. I've forgotten as they push SWTC back. MiniMachine has realized this, decides to actually start pushing that point. Reinhardt is going to shatter both SwankyPants and DerpKing, gets the support down, tries to pin DerpKing, but doesn't quite get the pin. They are down to support currently. It's looking like a 4v4 situation here, though, so it could still play out pretty good as Iowa Central gets closer to this point. And we're seeing a little bit of a trade here as the Symmetra for the Moira. Soldier is going to be popping ultimate, so is Alari. Got 2 minutes left here, a little under 2 minutes for Iowa Central, and they've got 2 ultimates to pop. Meanwhile, there is only one left here. There's that Moira ultimate on SWTC's side, as they have popped a lot of them there just to make sure Iowa Central does not cap. Iowa Central did a good job holding that back. Jesse did use wall maybe to kind of try and mitigate it a little bit, but unfortunately it was just not enough. But we do still have Shatter with Moira's ult, so we could see some big plays here. Both those definitely swing this next fight. And we're going to see a big pin there from DerpKing. Tries to get the Shatter on the Rhine, but he charges away too quickly. MiniMachine is going to be trying to shred his shield down here as Iowa Central continues to take ground. See DerpKing pin in here. Moira's going to ult. On both sides, we've got a Moira ult, but a Shatter's going to come out, hit the entire team for Iowa Central. GloryCross is going to go down. Jesse is going to go down. And that is going to be Iowa Central getting wiped out by these ultimates. We've got 2 more ultimates on Iowa Central side and probably about 1 more push left here. SwankyPants and MiniMachine both with ultimates here. We could see a rush ultimate here. We could see an engage off that Bastion's ultimate as well. Just going to have to be careful of that Cassidy's ult. He's got that high ground position. He's going to be able to do quite a lot with it. Got DerpKing switching to the Orisa. Got Rush coming out. There's a clean engage. DerpKing kind of watching that high ground. Unfortunately, Mora is going to go down to that high noon. Jesse is contesting him, though. Does manage to get him down off that high ground. It is looking like just 2 versus 3 here for Iowa Central with no supports. This is going to be tough. They step off that point momentarily. DerpKing going to step back, kind of get it pushing up here, but he is by himself. This is going to be rough. Can Iowa Central catch up in time with these last 5 seconds? DerpKing is going to be fighting for his life here, trying to stay alive as best as he can to try and hold this in overtime at least. Just barely going to get that overtime. We've got GloryCross and MiniMachine. Unfortunately, MiniMachine is going to get shattered. SwankyPants trying to come up in time, but they are just not going to get to that point. The SWTC take their first round here. We'll be moving on to a push map. Here, after we watch this play of the game, we will be right back. Really big shatter. Actually, it was a 5-man shatter, which is really big. And we will be right back. All right, and we are back here. We are going to be playing Colicio. We have made some swaps here. We've got just about the original lineup here, save for Rolexity and Jesse kind of swapped around. So we will see. This is currently 2-1 Iowa Central with the lead, so it is match point for Iowa Central. But we could see a pretty good comeback from SWTC if they keep using ultimates well, like we've seen them do a few times here. Definitely with that Reinhardt, some pretty good shatters. That last game had a 5-man shatter, even absolutely insane from SWTC. But we've got ShiroExE with the Widowmaker to start off here with this long line of sight is going to be pretty strong, and we've definitely seen Shiro do some pretty insane things with Widowmaker, and with Jesse having Soldier, you're able to hold that side lane there pretty well as well. So and protect that Widowmaker. So we'll have to see. That Rhine barrier, as long as that Rhine barrier stays up, we could see Shiro struggle here with the Widowmaker. This is quite an interesting UI bug for sure. You're seeing him struggle with that barrier, like I thought. Trying to get that Mercy taken down, but doesn't quite work out. It looks like Cassidy is going to get that Soldier 76 down. We're going to see Shiro get their Soldier down as well, so we got a 4v4 here. It is going to be tough for Widowmaker to have very much presence, though. 13 did go down, so they are going to have to back off and give a little bit of space here. And SwankyPants here is going to be staggered just a little bit. He's not going to be able to get very much ground. He really does not have any way to get out of that situation on Zenyatta, unfortunately. Ooh, and DerpKing getting pinned by Flyer there, also going to go down from it. A little bit low on healing on Iowa Central side. We're going to see Shiro swap over to the Pharah, it looks like, which could be a better option here. Just have a little more presence at Widowmaker. Widowmaker really has to get those picks and get them fast in order to have very much presence at all. And with that Rhine barrier, you're just not going to be able to do that as well. All right, Iowa Central is holding up on this bridge. Are they going to let them get forward spawn? Oh, and we got the res there on the Moira that went down. But it does like they do get the Mercy down, so Iowa Central is at a bit of an advantage here. And there we go. Iowa Central is going to clean up that fight and start pushing that robot back a little bit just before they hit forward spawn. Iowa Central is, of course, going to have to get it up to that distance to kind of get that lead. That robot is going to go kind of slow, so they've got another 2 team fights here before they get to that distance. We've got a couple of ultimates almost here on Iowa Central side. Actually, 3 ultimates about to be up on Iowa Central side, and almost 4 ultimates on SWTC's side. So we're going to have to see which side's going to win this next fight here. That could definitely determine the tempo for ultimates. All right, we're seeing Iowa Central have quite the strong position here. We're going to see a shatter from the opposing tank here. They're going to pop Soldier ultimate as well. Iowa Central should not really be... Oh, sorry, no, Jesse pops ultimate. Actually cleans house as well. Good job, Jesse. Actually wins that fight. Clutches up for Iowa Central. They are going to be able to continue to push here. It's going to be tough to push it too terribly far, though. Iowa Central has a long way before they get back. They're never going to forward spawn anytime soon. This situation, you almost want to push up to this bridge and kind of pull back a little bit and let your team kind of catch up. You got Shiro taking a more forward position, though. That Soldier is going to see it. Central pushes up under that bridge. It looks like the team has caught up enough. They were a little distracted by Shiro and didn't push up in time. And we've got a little bit of a team fight going on here. DerpKing using that Fortify really well to block that pin, and CogsofWar helping finish him off there as well. DerpKing is going to pop ultimate. Shiro also pops ultimate. Does get that Mercy from rezzing as well. Good barrage. A little bit aggressive maybe. A little bit ultimate happy that fight was, but they do have 2 support ults, so they could still actually clean this up, especially Alari ultimate as borderline a DPS ultimate. All right, and we're going to see them get that forward spawn and start pushing up a little bit. DerpKing should probably be playing up on this bridge here. It only takes 1 person to really push that robot. We do have Jesse kind of taking an off angle here, trying to kind of do a little bit of poke damage from that room. And we're going to see CogsofWar popping ultimate, gets that Soldier with it. And we're going to see that altar explode. And they're going to continue to just aggress on that Rhine, break his barrier, and take him out. That is going to give them a lot of wiggle room to get even more distance here. And we still have Rush from SwankyPants. Soldier 76 should be having ultimate maybe after this next fight. Could see a Rush Soldier combo if they don't need it this next fight. We'll have to see. But we do have 3 ultimates on SWTC side, so they should be probably taking this fight if they play it right. Just out-ulting the enemy team is going to be pretty easy when you've got more on the table. All right, their Soldier 76 is going to ult and finish off Jesse there, it looks like. DerpKing going to kind of try and get them out. They are going to pop Rush. It's just CogsofWar and DerpKing, though, against 3. Shiro is going to catch up, though. And he takes out the Moira as the Moira ults, which is big. Takes out the Mercy, as well as the Soldier. Cassidy trying to come up and make a play, but they're just not going to allow it. And Winston just going to try and jump on and keep it alive, playing around his barrier, but it's not going to be enough. They continue to push. And this has just become a big trickle fight from SWTC. Barrage is going to come out. Cassidy is going to ult out of spawn. Shiro trying to take cover behind that. And it looks like DerpKing is going to pull them in with his ultimate as Iowa Central kind of finishes the other 2 off. But as mobile as they are still going to be able to touch the point. SWTC just doing their best to keep it alive. Got Soldier 76 ulting here from Jesse. And that is just going to make sure no one comes back and touches that point. Iowa Central is going to be taking this push round away and winning this round. So we'll watch us play the game, and we're going to go ahead and call it a day. All right, well, thank you everybody for tuning in and watching us, and of course, if you're watching this after the fact on YouTube, I thank you for checking us out and subscribing to our channel. Of course, if you want to see more, feel free to subscribe and get those notifications as well. Push that bell, and feel free to give it a like if you enjoying the content. So, it really helps us out. But yeah, hope you all have a good day, and we'll see you next time.